made a mistake. There may or may not be consequences. But this is what Dad did when he was 16 or 17. And share some of the stupid mistakes I made and be transparent with him and go, hey, we're all in the same boat together. We're swimming down the same, river, and we're just trying to survive here, right? We're trying to not
Yeah.
run off a cliff. We're not trying to get eaten by sharks or mountain lions on the shore or, whatever it might
Yeah.
be. So I thought it was very important that I be as transparent as possible with my kids and let them know that, hey, Dad's not perfect. And Dad has made some stupid mistakes in his lifetime, and that Dad's just trying to help me not make those mistakes, right? And at some point, as your role of a parent turns into that of a support person and a mentor, parents have to just let go. They have to let go and realize life teaches some valuable lessons, right? And as a young person, I learned that, myself. And I thought my parents were out of touch. They were stupid, had no clue what was going on in the real world. And I think I was like 26 or 27 years old, and I put a quarter in a payphone in Houston, Texas, and called my parents and said, I had to eat a lot of apple pie. And I was like,
Yeah.
hey, this is, they called me Jimmy at that time. I said, this is Jimmy, and I'm doing okay, struggling some, but I just wanted to call and tell you that you're not as stupid as I thought you were. I have no clue how that conversation went because I don't remember it anymore, but I know I did make that phone call and recognize that, my parents weren't, their
Yeah.
perception was probably from how they were raised by their parents and the world they grew up in, and I get that. But I still feel like no matter how good or bad a parent might be, they still want their kids to be successful. They want their kids to be
100%.
healthy. They want them to be healthy mentally, emotionally, physically, and they just want them to launch into adulthood and become productive members of society and not criminals,
Yeah.
and not drug users and going making some horrible, horrible, horrible decisions that could possibly be made, right?
Yeah,
And
well, like I mentioned earlier, I have yet to meet a parent that does not truly want the best for their kid. They all do. It's a lot of the times the problem lies with identifying what that best is and what my version of best is and what your version of best is and how do we think we're going to get there. But most every parent that I've spoken to truly wants the best for their kid, and we need to recognize that they are working from their own set of beliefs and a lot of experience that came with that. To go back to what you mentioned about phoning your parents, eating some humble pie, I had the same experience somewhere between 18 and 25. My parents got really smart really quickly because I realized that I was very brutal on them as well. And I remember being in an apartment at university, and somewhere I woke up and I was like, I don't have any food in the house. There's no food in the fridge. And I've got this major bag of laundry. And I phoned my mom. I was like, I realized that there's not just food in the kitchen. Clothes aren't just magically washed. And I had a very involved mom. I knew she did those things, and I knew
right.
my dad helped out with food, etc. And I knew they were both working. I wasn't that privileged of everything is being done. I had to help with those things, but still there was someone initiating all of those tasks. There was someone saying, we need to go to the shops.